The arena pulses with energy, a sea of faces lit by flashing spotlights. Filipino and American flags waving in unison as the crowd's roar fills the air. The camera sweeps across the Brigada Event Center in Atlantic City, capturing the electric atmosphere in crystal-clear HD at 60 frames per second, every detail sharp, every moment vivid. The announcer's voice cuts through the noise, deep and commanding, welcoming fight fans to a featherweight showdown that promises to be a classic. In one corner, Magsayo, the pride of the Philippines, a knockout artist with a relentless drive to prove himself. In the other, Gary Russell Jr., the slick, lightning-fast champion from the USA, a veteran whose speed and ring IQ have kept him at the top. This is boxing at its peak, a clash of styles, power against precision, heart against experience. And the broadcast is built to capture every second in stunning clarity. The camera zooms in on Magsayo as he strides to the ring, his team hoisting the Philippine flag high. The crowd chants Magnifico, his nickname ringing out like a war cry. His face is focused, eyes locked forward, muscles taut under the lights. He's undefeated, 23-0 with 16 knockouts. A fighter who's built his name on devastating power and an unyielding will. The announcer introduces him, his voice booming over the arena, hyping the Filipino star as a force of nature, a man who's come to take the crown. Magsayo bounces in his corner, shadowboxing, his gloves cutting through the air with purpose. The Filipino contingent in the crowd is on its feet, their energy a palpable force, ready to see their hero make history. Across the ring, Gary Russell Jr. enters with a different kind of aura, calm, almost serene, but with a glint of confidence in his eyes. His team rallies around him, American flags waving as he moves with the grace of a dancer, his hands already twitching in rhythm. With a record of 31-1, 18 knockouts, Russell is no stranger to high-stakes fights. He's the longest-reigning featherweight champion, a master of speed and strategy, his footwork a blur, his punches like lightning. The announcer's voice rises as he introduces Russell, calling him Mr. Speed, a nickname that captures his essence. The crowd erupts again, split between loyalties. As Russell slips into the ring, his movements fluid, his focus unshakable. The stage is set, and the tension is thick enough to cut. The broadcast cuts to a pre-fight montage, the music pounding with a driving beat, building anticipation. On one side of the split screen, Magsayo's highlights play out vicious hooks, crumpling opponents, his aggressive style overwhelming foes, his power sending shockwaves through the division. On the other, Russell's clips showcase his brilliance, slipping punches with ease, firing off combinations so fast they blur, outclassing opponents with surgical precision. The commentators, their voices charged with excitement, break down the matchup. One calls Magsayo a wrecking ball, a fighter who can end things with one clean shot. The other praises Russell's elusiveness, noting that catching him is like trying to grab smoke. It's power versus speed, they agree, a classic boxing puzzle that could go either way. The bell rings for round one, and the 60 FPS footage makes every movement pop. Magsayo stalks forward, his stance compact, his jab heavy and probing. Russell circles, his feet barely touching the canvas, his head moving side to side like a metronome. The camera catches the sweat gleaming on their skin, the ripple of muscles as they exchange early jabs. Magsayo throws a looping right, but Russell slips it effortlessly, countering with a quick left that grazes Magsayo's cheek. The commentators are already buzzing. One marvels at Magsayo's pressure, how he's cutting the ring, forcing Russell to move. The other points out Russell's composure, how he's reading Magsayo's rhythm, waiting for openings. The crowd feeds off every exchange, their cheers spiking with each punch thrown. By round 4, the fight is heating up. Magsayo's finding his range, landing a stiff jab that snaps Russell's head back. The slow-motion replay shows the impact, Russell's face rippling slightly, but he fires back with a 3-punch combo left-right. Left each shot a blur in the high-definition feed. The commentators are on edge, one shouting that Magsayo's power is starting to show, the other warning that Russell's counters are too sharp to ignore. The Filipino fans are roaring. Their voice is a constant hum, while Russell's supporters chant his name, urging him to keep moving. Magsayo presses forward, throwing a heavy body shot that draws a wince from Russell, but the champion dances away, refusing to let Magsayo trap him. The round ends with both fighters staring each other down, the tension palpable. The middle rounds test both men's resolve. Magsayo's aggression is relentless, his punches carrying the weight of a sledgehammer. He lands a solid right to Russell's body in round 6, and the crowd erupts, sensing a shift. The replay captures the moment in vivid detail. Russell's torso flexing under the impact, his face tightening for a split second. But Russell responds with a dazzling flurry, a 5-punch combination that catches Magsayo off guard. The 60 FPS footage makes it mesmerizing, each punch a distinct motion.